Hi, I'm Daniela, and this is Jocelyn. Thanks for coming to our channel.
Today we're going to talk about how we fell in love.
In 2012, we met in college. So we oddly enough went to an all-girls college.
Well, we went to college as two straight women and left as lesbians. Unintentionally. Definitely not my intention.
No.
Did not see that coming at all.
Blindsided. I went to school with a longtime boyfriend that I had since high school and left with a wife.
Well, kind of, yeah.
At the time, I didn't know she would be my wife, but I was fairly certain things were pretty serious.
So I chose to go to Wilson because they had a Women with Children program, so I could bring my daughter with me on campus. They had daycare, and I could go to school full-time while she was with me, which was really cool.
And I chose to go to Wilson because they were one of the few colleges on the East Coast that had a veterinary medical technology program, and I could also bring my horse with me, so that was a plus.
The crazy thing is we were brought to Wilson in such different ways, but we had so many similarities that an instant friendship was easy to form.
Yeah, we have a lot in common. Like, we both have multiple anchor tattoos on our body, more than one. We both moved to Wilson from New Jersey. We both love the ocean and being out in the sea, and we're both the oldest of a really large family. So I definitely think the similarities between us sparked our friendship and made it really easy to connect.
Well, if you ask our daughter Isabella, she was the one that actually introduced us because you guys were friends first.
Yeah, she loves to tell that story. We actually came together because I was the RA on Jocelyn and Isabella's floor.
So for a while, it seemed like being friends was all we were ever going to be. But the more I hung out with you, the more impossible it was not to let feelings grow for you. And then it got to a point where you were graduating in a few semesters, and I was like, well, I mean, now is a better time as ever, and I kind of felt like I had nothing else to lose, so kind of just gave it a shot.
I remember that one night at the pub, Jocelyn pushed me up against the wall, gave me a big kiss, and told me it was always you. And then we were obviously drinking that night. So I went back to my room and I was like talking to all my friends and I'm like, she told me it was always me. Like, what do you think that means? And they were like, it probably means nothing. You guys are just drunk. Like, get over it. And I was like, no, that definitely means something.
But then I remember correctly, you told me you only liked me as a friend after I confronted you like, hey, so I said this thing and I just need to know how you feel about it.
Yeah, it was really hard because we had a really strong friendship and I was really close with Isabella and I didn't want to jeopardize our friendship or compromise it. And I also had just gotten out of a really long relationship with a guy. So I was like just figuring myself out. Like, do I like women? This is interesting. And also like, what's going on here? Let's take this slow. We're friends. I don't want to ruin this. And so, yeah. But eventually, the bond between us and the attraction between us just grew stronger and stronger. And I was like, all right, forget this. We're in love. And kind of just went from there.
Yeah, thank goodness. But then, yeah, so we graduated. You graduated a semester before me, and we did a long distance thing for one semester, which was brutal because you were 3.5 hours away, 3 hours away.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And then, so right after we graduated in 2014, we moved in together, this tiny little apartment.
Yeah.
In Jersey.
In a rough little part of town, in our crummy little apartment. And we had Bella, and we got our puppy Maverick, and we made that little apartment a home.
We did. And then we got a little bigger home. It was like a little shoebox, but it was our little home, and we rented that. And, you know, the rest was kind of history. We realized, I feel like at that point, this was kind of...
Yeah, it was pretty much a done deal.
Yeah.
Once we moved in together. We got the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Definitely after like 8 months. But we were friends and lived together for a long time before then. And yeah, our relationship was just unstoppable, I think.
Yeah, 8 years later, and here we are.
So that's the story of how we fell in love. If you want to hear more of our stories and you like what you heard, definitely subscribe. And in our upcoming videos, we'll be talking about how we got married during a pandemic and our plans for parenthood.